Wow, drones and missiles have been fired at British and American warships in the Red Sea. What do we know? Welcome, friends. Yes, we've got some weird stuff coming out of the Middle East. And yes, I do believe this is going to affect us all at some point moving into the near future. We're talking about Houthi or Houthi, however you want to say it. Okay. Basically, doing a bit of research, what we know about them so far is it was a movement started in Yemen back in the 90s, predominantly Shia Muslims and pro-Palestine. Okay, so that is a real basic introduction of who these guys are. They're allies, so they're friends. Iran, Syria, North Korea, Russia, Hamas, Hezbollah, Libya, and Oman. So, yes, pretty much our enemies here in the West. Unbelievable. The stuff that's coming out on the wires today, and it's literally been all over the place. And looking into it, predominantly what we're going to be looking at is prices going up with oil and shipping container goods. We'll get onto that in a sec, but let me tell you guys what's been going on out there. So they've been firing 21 missiles and drones. So we're talking 2 cruise missiles and a ballistic missile and drones. The drones have been manufactured in Iran. We spoke about this on previous videos about the drone technology, and one of the big producers supplying the Middle East and the West is Iran, believe it or not. So we're looking at the USS Eisenhower, Gravely, Laboon, Mason, and HMS Diamond. So far, there has been over 100 items being shot towards these ships and these warships that are protecting these ships as well. So we're looking at really poking a hornet's nest. That's what's going on. We're looking at the Red Sea and at worst, the Strait of Hormuz. Now that is a scary prospect. We did have a taste of that recently when the global supply chain went crazy. Could it happen again? Hopefully not, but possibly the way things are going. There seems to be more and more Western Navy being sent to the region. Escalation? Of course. They might try and talk you out of that in the mainstream media, but when you look at what's happening out there, it is building and it is building slowly. So we're looking at air and sea at the moment. Okay. So the problem is if you need to ship goods and services from Taiwan to the Netherlands, for example, the quickest way is to go that sort of route. So the diversions are now being discussed about going, rather than going through the Red Sea, is to go around the Cape of Good Hope. So all the way down in South Africa. Yes, adding on more time, more fuel, more expense, but added on to that, security. You add on security costs in protecting goods and services and items on these shipping containers and all the rest of it. Everything is bound to go up. Everything is going to be delayed. Everything is going to take longer. So according to the reports coming out, the supply chain, that's a big issue because it is going to affect all of us. That's like I said, there's going to be more time, more expense. Now, some people are estimating there's going to be a 250% increase. Yes, 250% increase on shipping stuff around the world because of what's been going on and the escalation. Now, looking at just the Red Sea on its own, that is going to affect 12% of the entire global shipping routes, etc. Okay, so what we are looking at then, basically, it's the same old thing. We've had this happen years ago in the past, historically. Expect oil and gas prices to go up. Now, would you agree that this is perfect timing? So Ofcom, they review the energy prices in the UK quarterly, so every 4 times a year, right? And the first increase is due this month in January, precisely the same time that this starts to happen. Now, I've been saying this for a while now, and I don't want to be the guy who told you so. It's not just me, others have been saying it too. We are expecting to see quite a jump in energy prices this month, okay? So what we're looking at in a moment, Brent, currently at recording of this video, is around $77 per barrel, and gas is hovering around $3. Okay, so like I said, you're thinking of government now. Governments who are literally protecting their interests and their assets. They're going to the region. Money is being spent on security, food, fuel, security. All of these soldiers and security guys have to be fed, they have to be trained, etc. So we're looking at maritime security now. It's a big thing. Personally, I know guys who have worked in the industry, and I'm waiting for some calls to come back to find out the latest. If there is any developments regarding the maritime security front about these operations which are ongoing in the Red Sea, I will be letting you guys know. So stay tuned for that. Okay, we will be seeing some uploads pretty soon, I would imagine, of what's going on out there. So we're looking at the Strait of Hormuz. Now, if that was blocked, everyone loses apart from Iran. So this is a big thing. And literally, if that happened, we are going to see a huge domino effect with the global economy. Not just the UK or the US, the global economy. If the Strait of Hormuz gets blocked for a significant amount of days or weeks, big issues. We already see it before in recent times since 2020. In my opinion, all of that was just a big test run. Okay, they know how crazy the global supply chain got affected. So when this fire button gets pressed, and if that strait gets blocked, I'm just saying make sure that you've got the preps already rather than dilly-dallying and waiting for whatever. My advice was to get things ASAP because prices are going to jump, and it's going to take a long time to get stuff to you. Okay, don't forget, I've always said it, the prices that you spend today are always going to be cheaper than tomorrow, and time looking at this is running out. Like I said, we've been having reports over the wires of a 250% price increase just through shipping costs alone. Insane. So just imagine this, if an oil tanker gets taken out, you don't even want to begin to imagine the fundamental implications of that act literally happening. And looking at the escalation of how it's building up in that region this year, it's not the sort of thing you could just write off as poppycock. These things do look like they are slowly moving into place. Now, the message, like I always do on these videos, is right at the end, is try to sort of inspire you. Look at your preps. Look at the gaps. Is there anything that you've got shortfalls on? Personally, mine's communications. Okay, I've got everything that I need apart from investing time in communications. It's always the last thing for me. And no doubt you guys have got probably gaps in your preps. Have you got enough diesel for your 4x4 stored away in the garage or in the bottom of the garden? Have you got enough petrol for your car to go to and from work? Because we've already seen price issues with petrol stations and shortages and rationing. We've already seen that. Now, looking at these issues that are literally building out in that region, it's highly likely that we will be seeing something like that, especially here in the UK, within the next 6 months, the way this is looking. So my advice would be have a really good look at what shortages you have in your preps, whether it's food, medical, whether it's fuel, whether you need to brush up on some certain skills for whatever reason. Now would be a good time to do it because, like I say, this does appear to be building and there doesn't seem to be any kind of impetus that this is going to slow down or in fact stop. So yes, 2024 is going to be a very interesting year. And I would guess that if you're not prepared, you will be a victim. So now would be the time to really sit down and have a think. What do you need to do to ensure your health and safety for yourself before anything else and your family and loved ones too? You're the boss. No one's coming to help. You guys, if you can, please do me a big favor by giving this video a thumbs up, sharing it on social media platforms. It really helps. And if you're new, hey, please consider subscribing for more news alerts, prepping hints and tips, and of course, the weekly live stream we do here in the UK, Friday at 8 p.m. UK time. You guys take care. Thanks for watching. Stay funky.